Did you know that some of the most ordinary 2 pence coins from Queen Elizabeth II's era, even in bad condition, can be worth millions of dollars? Stay tuned as we uncover the rarest, most valuable 2p coins that every collector dreams of finding. First up, the 2 pence 2p coin of 1989, featuring Queen Elizabeth II in bad condition, is an extremely compelling piece of British numismatic history that, despite its common circulation and modest face value, tells a story far richer than mere currency, because its worn, scratched, and heavily handled surfaces serve as a tangible record of the countless hands, pockets, purses, and cash registers it has passed through over more than 3 decades, reflecting not only the daily economic life of Britain in the late 20th century, but also the enduring presence of the monarchy and the cultural identity embedded in everyday objects. Minted as part of the United Kingdom's decimal coinage system, which was introduced in 1971 to replace the old pounds, shillings, and pence system, and to modernize currency for commerce and daily transactions, the 1989 2p coin carried forward the tradition of practicality, recognizability, and durability that the Royal Mint aimed to achieve. And while millions of these coins were struck, the ones that survive today in poor condition offer a unique perspective on the life cycle of money, showing the effects of circulation, oxidation, environmental exposure, and physical wear, which manifest in flattened reliefs, faded inscriptions, dulled and darkened bronze surfaces, edge nicks, scratches, and sometimes even minor corrosion, all of which contribute to the coin's story as an object of daily use rather than as a pristine collectible. The obverse of the coin features the right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Makhlouf, wearing the George IV state diadem, a crown symbolizing the constitutional monarchy, continuity, and historical legitimacy, surrounded by the Latin inscription Elizabeth II, Dei Gratia Regina FD, which translates to Elizabeth II by the grace of God, Queen Defender of the Faith, underscoring both the monarch's religious and constitutional role, while the reverse displays a segment of the Royal Shield of Arms, designed by Christopher Ironside, which is part of a larger, interconnected design, forming the full shield when all pre-decimal coins from 1p to 50p are placed together, symbolizing unity, strength, and the enduring nature of the nation. And although the intricate details of the shield may be partially worn away in a coin in bad condition, its basic form remains identifiable, serving as a testament to the original craftsmanship and design philosophy. The 1989 2p coin was struck in bronze, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, 0.5% tin, giving it a characteristic reddish-brown hue, which over decades of circulation in a coin of poor condition has often darkened, acquired a patina, or suffered discoloration. Yet these changes do not diminish the coin's historical or educational value, because each mark, scratch, or worn area reflects stories of commerce, everyday life, and the passage of time in a society experiencing technological, cultural, and political evolution, including global events such as the fall of the Berlin Wall, the end of the Cold War, and significant social changes within the United Kingdom itself. Dimensions such as 25.9 millimeters in diameter, 7.12 grams in weight, and a plain edge remain unchanged, providing continuity and ease of identification. And while the coin in poor condition is not rare and carries minimal monetary value, its presence is essential for understanding the physical journey of currency, illustrating how coins interact with human activity, wear patterns, and environmental factors, which is of great interest to numismatists, historians, and collectors who study circulated coins to learn about usage, production, and longevity. Moreover, even heavily worn 1989 2p coins can attract attention in certain contexts, especially when considering variations, errors, or comparisons with uncirculated specimens, because they provide insight into minting quality, metal durability, and circulation patterns. And for educators, such coins serve as practical examples of metallurgy, oxidation, and the physical effects of decades of human handling. While for casual observers, they offer a tactile connection to history, allowing one to hold in hand an object that has been part of countless everyday transactions, echoing the rhythm of ordinary life, commerce, and human interaction in late 20th century Britain. From a cultural perspective, the coin embodies a snapshot of the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, whose long monarchy saw vast changes in politics, technology, and society, and even a coin in bad condition represents her enduring presence as head of state, linking the mundane act of spending money to broader narratives of national identity, governance, and tradition. The 1989 2-pence coin in bad condition is therefore more than a worn piece of metal. It is a historical document, a teaching tool, a collectible curiosity, and a reminder of the resilience of currency design, the continuity of the monarchy, and the intricate relationship between ordinary objects and the human experiences that shape them, offering endless fascination to anyone who studies coins, history, or the subtle marks of time, proving that even common coins, when seen through the lens of wear and circulation, carry stories, symbolism, and lessons that are deeply interesting, enduring, and culturally significant. And thus, the 1989 2-pence Elizabeth II, in bad condition, remains a humble yet remarkable testament to the passage of decades, the evolution of everyday life, and the quiet yet persistent legacy of British coinage, preserving the memory of an era and the touch of countless lives in a single small, enduring piece of bronze that continues to spark curiosity, reflection, and historical appreciation. The 2-pence 2p coin of 2000, featuring Queen Elizabeth II in bad condition, is a fascinating and historically rich artifact of British decimal coinage, representing both the everyday life of the United Kingdom at the turn of the millennium and the enduring legacy of a monarch whose reign has spanned decades. And although it may appear ordinary at first glance, a 2p coin from this year, even heavily worn, corroded, scratched, or otherwise in poor condition, carries an abundance of numismatic, historical, and cultural significance, because it is part of the decimal coinage system introduced in 1971 to modernize British currency, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. And the coin reflects the continuity of national identity, economic stability, and the role of money in everyday transactions during a pivotal moment in modern history. The 2000 2p coin features the obverse portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Raphael McLeod, showing her in the George IV state diadem, with the inscription Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina FD, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, which communicates both the constitutional and religious symbolism of the monarchy, while the reverse displays the segment of the Royal Shield of Arms designed by Christopher Ironside, which forms a complete shield when combined with other denominations from 1p to 50p, symbolizing unity, national pride, and the continuity of the British state. Struck in bronze, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, 0.5% tin. The coin originally had a rich reddish-brown appearance that over years of circulation and heavy handling, in bad condition, has often dulled, darkened, or developed a patina, with surface scratches, flattened relief, edge nicks, and worn lettering that reflect the journey of the coin through countless pockets, purses, and cash registers, offering a tangible record of everyday commerce and the life of currency in circulation. And even in this deteriorated state, the coin retains its identity and historical story, making it an object of interest for collectors, historians, and educators alike. Dimensions such as 25.9 millimeters in diameter and 7.12 grams in weight, with a plain edge, remain unchanged, allowing the coin to be instantly recognizable and easily studied. And while the 2000 2p coin in bad condition is generally common and carries little monetary value, certain varieties, minting errors, or misstruck examples from this year can be exceptionally rare and sought after, occasionally commanding high premiums among numismatists, because collectors value not only the date and design, but also the story told by the coin's wear, circulation, and physical condition, offering insight into minting processes, metal durability, and human interaction over time. The coin also embodies the socio-cultural environment of the United Kingdom at the dawn of the 21st century, reflecting the economy, daily life, and subtle changes in design and production standards. And even in heavily worn examples, it serves as a teaching tool for understanding metallurgy, oxidation, and the effects of decades of handling, while providing a tactile link to a historic era marked by global political, technological, and social shifts. From a numismatic perspective, bad condition 2002p coins allow enthusiasts to study wear patterns, corrosion tendencies, and the practical durability of bronze coinage, demonstrating how common coins survive in circulation and revealing stories of ordinary life, commerce, and human activity, while also preserving the symbolic continuity of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, which has overseen immense changes across the globe. Ultimately, the 2p Elizabeth II 2000 coin in bad condition is far more than a small, worn piece of metal. It is a microcosm of history, a vessel of cultural memory, a record of human interaction, and a testament to the longevity of design, monarchy, and currency in Britain, illustrating how even the most modest and damaged coins can hold profound historical, educational, and collectible value, allowing us to hold in our hands a piece of everyday life, the story of a nation, and the enduring symbol of a queen whose presence has been woven into the fabric of modern British history, making the 2002p coin in poor condition a deeply interesting and endlessly fascinating object for collectors, historians, and anyone intrigued by the journey of money, the passage of time, and the tangible marks left by decades of circulation on a small yet historically significant piece of bronze. Next up, the 2p 2p coin of 1988, featuring Queen Elizabeth II in bad condition, is a deeply fascinating and historically significant piece of British decimal coinage, representing a snapshot of the United Kingdom's economy, culture, and daily life during the late 1980s. And while it may seem ordinary to the casual observer, even a heavily worn or damaged 1988 2p coin tells a rich story about circulation, minting practices, and the enduring symbolism of the monarchy, because it belongs to the decimal currency system introduced in 1971 to replace the centuries-old pounds, shillings, and pence system, reflecting Britain's modernization and adaptation to a more streamlined monetary structure. And the 1988 coin, like all 2p coins, was designed to be practical, durable, and instantly recognizable, with dimensions of 25.9 millimeters in diameter, 7.12 grams in weight, and a plain edge, making it convenient for everyday transactions, while simultaneously carrying national symbolism. The obverse of the coin bears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Raphael Maklouf, depicting her in the George IV state diadem, with a dignified and lifelike appearance, surrounded by the Latin inscription, Elizabeth II, Dei Gratia Regina FD, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, which reinforces the constitutional and religious significance of the monarchy, while the reverse shows a segment of the Royal Shield of Arms, designed by Christopher Ironside, which, when combined with other decimal coins, forms the complete shield of the United Kingdom, symbolizing unity, national pride, and the continuity of state institutions. Struck in bronze, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, 0.5% tin, the coin originally had a warm, reddish-brown appearance that over decades of use in bad condition has often dulled, darkened, or developed uneven patinas, and coins in poor condition typically exhibit significant wear on the relief of the Queen's portrait, faded or partially illegible inscriptions, scratches, dents, flattened edges, discoloration, corrosion spots, and other marks that chronicle decades of circulation through pockets, purses, cash registers, and even vending machines, offering a tangible record of human interaction, economic activity, and the physical passage of currency through society. Although the 1988 2p coin in bad condition is not rare and generally has low market value, it is highly interesting from a numismatic and historical perspective, as it provides insight into minting quality, bronze durability, wear patterns, and the life cycle of a coin in circulation. And such heavily worn examples can be compared with uncirculated or mint condition coins to study the effects of time, environment, and handling on coinage, while also illustrating the evolution of Elizabeth II's portrait over the years, the consistency of design elements, and the broader cultural and economic context of late 20th century Britain. The coin also serves as a tangible artifact connecting ordinary citizens with the monarchy, the nation's economy, and its legal tender system, representing daily commerce, education, and the passing of decades, and even in poor condition, it retains historical, educational, and sentimental value, as it embodies the lived experience of millions of people who used it in transactions, savings, and everyday life, acting as a miniature witness to social, economic, and cultural developments during a transformative period in British history. Moreover, collectors, historians, and enthusiasts study such coins to understand circulation patterns, oxidation, corrosion, and metal fatigue, while appreciating the enduring design elements that survive wear, emphasizing that even a seemingly insignificant, heavily worn 1988 2p coin is a rich repository of information about minting standards, monetary policy, metallurgy, and the symbolic continuity of the British monarchy. And although it may not fetch a high price in the market, its value lies in the stories it tells, the history it preserves, and the lessons it imparts about currency, society, and the passage of time, making the 2p Elizabeth II 1988 in bad condition a profoundly interesting, endlessly studied, and culturally meaningful object that captures the intersection of daily life, national identity, historical continuity, and the quiet resilience of money, turning an otherwise common coin into a vessel of historical, numismatic, and educational fascination. Bronze emblem carrying decades of human interaction, social evolution, and the ever-present image of a queen whose reign continues to define an era, illustrating that even the most worn and damaged coins can hold immense interest and serve as a remarkable bridge between ordinary life and the deeper currents of history, culture, and the enduring legacy of British coinage. The 2p 2p coin of 2003, featuring Queen Elizabeth II in bad condition, is a remarkable example of modern British decimal coinage that, despite its humble denomination and worn state, carries immense historical, cultural, and numismatic significance, serving as both a physical record of daily life in the United Kingdom and a reflection of the enduring legacy of Queen Elizabeth II's reign at the start of the 21st century. Because even a heavily circulated, scratched, discolored, or corroded coin provides insight into the passage of money through millions of transactions, pockets, purses, and cash registers. And its physical imperfections, flattened relief, edge nicks, faded inscriptions, oxidation, uneven patina, and surface scratches act as a tangible chronicle of decades of use, wear, and environmental exposure, turning a simple piece of bronze into a story of everyday human activity, economic exchange, and historical context. Minted under the decimal coinage system established in 1971 to replace the old pounds, shillings, and pence system, the 2003 2p coin embodies Britain's commitment to modern practical currency that is durable, recognizable, and symbolically rich, and it features the obverse portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley, which was introduced in 1998 and used through 2015, showing the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, with a realistic and dignified depiction that conveys the authority, continuity, and cultural significance of the monarchy, surrounded by the inscription, Elizabeth II, D.G., Reg. F.D., meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen Defender of the Faith, a phrase that links the coin to centuries of royal tradition, constitutional symbolism, and national identity. On the reverse, the coin displays a portion of the Royal Shield of Arms, designed by Christopher Ironside, which connects with other coins in circulation to form a complete shield from 1p to 50p, symbolizing unity, strength, and the continuity of British statehood. And while the fine details of the shield may be partially worn away in a coin in bad condition, its overall design remains recognizable, highlighting the resilience of the original craftsmanship, even under heavy circulation. Struck in bronze, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, 0.5% tin, the coin originally had a warm reddish-brown hue, which over years of handling and exposure has often dulled, darkened, or developed uneven coloration, reflecting both the chemical processes of oxidation and the physical impact of continuous use. And although the 2003 2p coin in poor condition is common and generally of low monetary value, it holds significant educational, historical, and numismatic interest, because it allows collectors and researchers to study wear patterns, circulation longevity, and metal durability. And even in a battered state, it serves as a link to everyday economic life, demonstrating how coins endure repeated handling, environmental exposure, and mechanical stress while retaining their fundamental identity. From a historical perspective, the 2003 coin circulated during a period of globalization, technological change, and political evolution in Britain and the world, including the rise of digital transactions alongside traditional cash use. And as such, a worn coin from this era provides a snapshot of the transitional nature of money, consumer behavior, and cultural practices, while also serving as a microcosm of Queen Elizabeth II's long reign, illustrating how her image and symbolism persisted in everyday life, even amid social, economic, and technological transformation. Furthermore, coins in bad condition like this 2003 2p are often examined by numismatists to identify minting anomalies, errors, or variations that may increase their collectible value, such as off-center strikes, plankett flaws, or double dies. And although such rarities are extremely uncommon, they add an extra layer of intrigue to what might otherwise be seen as an ordinary coin, demonstrating that even the most common and heavily circulated money can have stories and hidden value waiting to be uncovered. Overall, the 2p Elizabeth II 2003 coin in bad condition is much more than a small, worn piece of metal. It is a tangible link to the people, commerce, and culture of early 21st century Britain, a testament to the durability of coin design and bronze metallurgy, a reflection of the continuity of the monarchy, and a source of endless fascination for collectors, historians, and anyone interested in the journey of money, the effects of circulation, and the subtle but enduring marks that decades of use leave on objects of everyday life, making even a battered, heavily circulated coin a profoundly interesting, historically meaningful, and endlessly studied artifact that embodies both the ordinary and the extraordinary, bridging the gap between mundane daily use and the broader currents of history, culture, and national identity in a single small, enduring piece of bronze that continues to tell its story with every scratch, dent, and faded detail.